Well, there will not be any Happy Thursday video tomorrow. I'm going to have an extra early start at the VTH, so I could find a little time to do something on here, but I have what's called priorities in life, unlike Java, and there are levels of importance that I get to first. Pretty much anything that I need to do in life that needs to get done, I feel is important, far more important than putting it off to make a YouTube video. The way Java blows everything off just to, you know, go live and get all his attention. From what I hear, he doesn't even do regular videos anymore. Everything is live. It's hours and hours and hours. Even when he goes to the senior center to mooch a free lunch, he's going to go live there. Has Jabber ever gone live while he's on the toilet taking a dump? Maybe that'll happen one day. You never know with him. But anyway, tomorrow I'll be busy, so I had mentioned something this morning. I was going to do something to help out Jabba with his move. So I didn't want to leave him hanging, so I'll do it now. Yeah, I put up my video this morning, like within an hour. I got a text. B, can you talk? Some people, they usually text me, hey, can you talk? 'Cause they know I have a life sometimes, so I'm like, no, I'm busy, I'm doing something. I'll get back to you later tonight or something. Even Will knows, I blow them off, but in a very respectful way, and they understand because they know I'm not just blowing them off. It's because I'm doing things, I need to do. Will don't take it personal, So I says, yeah. So he calls me. Hey, I guess she really put a bug up Java's ass again. I said, why? He says, well, you put up your video talking about how he lives in squalor. And it didn't take long, man. He's back doing a fucking live early in the morning again. Shortly after your video went up, he must have watched it. As he's doing a live again. And he starts right out talking about, oh, Brian says I live in squalor. Does this look like squalor? Hey, Java, do I look like Stevie Wonder? Ray Charles? Fucking blind man can see you live in a fucking junkyard squalor. You don't see it? Other people see it. He says, yeah, he had to retaliate. He says, but I found out later. And at that time, I've had a few people ask me over a while now, hey, B, do another Uncle Brian Reacts. All my hordes and masses and throngs of loyal, faithful, loving, trusting, devoted Uncle Brian groupies, all three of them. I said, one of these days again. So I said, maybe this will give me an opportunity. And I'll do something a little different. This time I'll do it in real time. When I go to it and I watch it for the very first time, I'll do my Uncle Brian Reacts while I'm seeing it for the very first time. But I already got a heads up because I knew he started out talking about me. So I was told. And then after that, I found out a few other things over the course of the day. A few things came my way. It's kind of a funny thing. He talked about you. He was so pissed off. He had to, prove that you were wrong. He doesn't live in squalor. And how did you do that, Jabba? By showing how you live in squalor. It's a fucking pigsty there. It's a fucking mess. You live surrounded in squalor. What are you hoping to prove? All you proved is that you're a fucking pig, a slob. You live in squalor. That's what you proved, And he says, funny thing is, Brian, he went about 3 hours again? Yeah, he went about 3 hours again? Wow. I was already out and about by that time. I'm sure most of you were doing things in your life, right? And, a few people, they don't sit there and watch you for all those hours. They'll be doing something else. Let's see what job is yet. Let's see if Java's still on after all this time. Yep, he's still on. What's he talking about now? They'll watch 5 minutes of it. An hour later. Hey, let's see if Java's still on. Yep, he's still on. They catch things. When they pop on. A few things were caught, came my way. But the funny thing is, he says, unless I missed it, he's all bent out of shape about you. I feel like I'm coming out with a cold. And I got to be careful. It's been anti-billion. There's been an outbreak of COVID in the area, southeastern New England here. Fortunately, the COVID that's going around now, it's a very mild, watered-down variation of it. It's not killing people. Well, unless you're old, you got real bad health conditions, then you got to be extra careful. But for regular people, it's no worse than a cold, cough, sniffle. So many cases, not even a fever. You just feel kind of headache, for a couple of days, and take some Tylenol, orange juice, and you're good to go. So anyway, I got plenty of test kits here. There's been a lot of people coming in the hospital. We're telling them go home, take some Tylenol, get plenty of fluids, rest. Make sure you eat, you know what I mean? Keep up your strength and you'll be okay. If you get any worse, then come back. So it's nothing really to worry about. So, yeah, I feel like I got something stuck in there. Hope I'm not getting water buildup in my lungs, No, I don't have any water buildup. So anyway, says, I don't know what happened. Like there's something right there, man. Maybe I need to hawk up a loogie. I know Jabba's done that too. Besides Bergman Fight, he's also done a dude, He's got no fucking class. No fucking class. He's a fucking pig, a slob. Anyway, this is kind of funny. He didn't mention that fucking guy that really reamed his ass good with his video, showing all the official doc. I don't know how he got that information. Maybe he works in law or something, Right there. Cannot be denied. Docket numbers, everything. The cases, the mortgage. Even showing the case, he was sued with a credit card that he's still, ongoing things he doesn't fucking pay. And he keeps getting sued. He didn't mention that guy at all. Did not mention that guy at all. Only you, because you said he lives in Squalor. And then he went on and he said he's going to put a starter in the Bel Air again. Okay. He had to order one. And a small block 283 starter, you can get those at fucking Pep Boys, AutoZone. My friend Ray Charles at Ray's Automotive. You can walk right in there and get one. In fact, a GM starter like that goes on many makes and models, many years. But hey, I know there are certain little differences with things that. But usually the routine shit. I mean, you can't get any more routine than a small block Chevy. You know what I mean? That's real common. But anyway, hey, I could be wrong. I haven't bought parts in several years because I haven't needed to. My shit don't fucking break down. So I haven't had to buy things in a long time. Except for tires. And oil changes, normal maintenance, put gas in it, wash it, wax it once in a while. So yeah, he didn't mention that guy at all. And he's going to do his brakes again now. I thought he already did his brakes, right? Didn't he spray paint the drums? Did his brake job? Well, he's going to spray paint them again. They're already letting go. Still hasn't put that oil pan gasket in because he can't get bolts in it. Doesn't know which bolts go in first. And anyway, hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, I did have to hawk up a loogie, and I was not going to do it on a fucking video. I got a little bit more class than that. Do I look like Jabba to you? He'd have no problem doing that shit. I can't. I got what's called a little bit of self-respect and dignity. And now he's going to do this and do that. I guess he's going to stop cleaning up, moving piles of junk from one place to another in the yard, Now he's going to get back to work on the belly. Speaking of the belly, says Brian, I caught one part. I couldn't believe it. He's talking about why he can't get the dents out of the front fenders of the Belly. So I know there's a lot of dents in it, but I can't get them out. Because you can't get at it from the inside. Well, yeah, there's something called inner Fenderwals. Yeah, that's true. There are inner Fenderwals. A lot of hot rodders, You just take them out. 2 reasons. One, save weight. Another is, there's stuff in big engines and engine compartments that weren't really designed for big engines. And now you don't have a hole. It's tight enough as it is for just stock, cast iron manifolds. And they want to run, big tube headers. And then Fenderwall headers look pretty cool, that Gasso look. They take them out, save weight, and now they got all the room and clearance they need in there, to run whatever big tube, Fenderwall, fancy headers they want. I mean, it looks cool too. You look at it from the side, you don't see, the wheel and then that black. You see the side of the engine, the head as you paint them white, it looks cool, you know. And you get right in there from behind, you know. But then again, you got to take it requires work to get them out. In some cases, body shops, it's easier, unbolt the fender, take it right off. Flip it upside down, stand it up. And there's something called a body hammer and a dolly. Tap it out from the inside, tap, 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 tap. You get it almost as smooth as you can by the outside. So that way, you don't have to use a lot of body filler. Very light skim coat, then you block sand it. You make sure it's in hard, a board, a piece of metal. Behind that, nice and straight and solid. And you block sand it, keep it nice and straighten up. Like your job, you take a piece of sandpaper and you start going like this, like you think you're polishing a coffee table with lemon pledge, you know what I'm saying? No, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, then you paint it, See, and you can't get those dents out because there's double steel, called it double steel. And then, I almost lost it. He says, Brian, you ready for this? He said the only way you can get dents like that out of the front fenders of old cars like that, you need to use a super strong magnet like they used to raise sunken ships. I'll give you a second to think about that. If any of you happen to watch it and caught part of that, then you probably already laughed, right? If you haven't, it's okay. Feel free to laugh because I sure as hell did. He sure as hell did. So that's it. So anyway, Job, I said I was going to help you out. Hey, speaking of helping you out, who's helping you out? You have any family, brother, sister, cousin, niece, anybody there helping you out? Clean up what you say is not squalor. But your buddy Joe Mad, I thought he's your best buddy. Is he there helping you out? Any of them offered you a place to live? Offered you a place to park that Bel Air, have it pushed to tow there, keep it safe. So once you're off that property, you can't go back on. You'll be trespassing. You'll be arrested. Everything that's on there, now the bank owns it. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it. Anybody helping you out? Well, you know what? I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to help you. I said I was going to help you out. I bought these about 4 years ago. It was 50. It's got to be, I'd say there's probably at least half there, at least 25 there. I use them for grass clippings when I cut the grass, trim bushes. I use it every year for the Christmas tree. Auntie Billy loves a real tree. It's a fucking mess. I hate it. Besides, by New Year's, it comes, it's all fucking dried up and needles all over the fucking place. And then we used to be able to put it out on the fucking sidewalk. Starting like January the 4th. Depending what part of the city you lived in, there were certain days, city DPW truck would come by with big fucking dump trucks and they'd pick up the trees, throw them in there, take them up to the landfill dump, incinerator, and burn them. And they stopped doing that. They didn't want to have to pay city workers to do that. So now you had to bring your trees to Buttonwood Park in the West End. It's a real big park. We got the zoo there. Nice fucking zoo, man. Elephants. Not quite as good as like San Diego Zoo, Bronx Zoo, stuff like that. But it's pretty close, man. We got a real fucking nice zoo here. Even aquatic, seals, all kinds of shit. Fucking after New Year's, mountains and mountains of fucking trees, But then it makes a mess out of my fucking Acadia, all the pine needles. I had to clean it all out. It's fucking, just dragging it out of the fucking house to get it out on the sidewalk as it was before was a fucking nuisance. Now I'm going to clean that up. I got to clean up the fucking Acadia. So I said, fuck that shit a few years back. I used to buy bags to put the clippings and shit in, but not like these. And I was at Home Depot. So before the holidays. For something I happened to see these. I said, I think this would be better for the Christmas tree. I just drag it out in the yard now. I've been doing that for a few years now. I drag it out in the yard. I take my chainsaw, cut it all up. And I put it in these. They were on sale too. Hefty, triple action. It was 50. There has to be, I use it a lot, for grass clippings and shit. And other shit that gets thrown in there too. 33 gallon. They're triple ply. They even feel like they're quilted. I know some of you probably use this. And they will stretch. You can actually, these will stretch to about 36, 37 gallon. Unless you got steel pieces in there that'll rip through it. Even then, You'll see things and it won't even really go through. You know, every year now I take my fucking Christmas tree out in the attic, cut it all up with a chainsaw, and I fit a whole tree in a fucking bag. It still makes a fucking mess. Getting it out to the backyard, cut it up. But now I just throw it in the back of the fucking Acadia, go there and throw the bag in a pile. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people have been doing that, man, over the years, you know. I guess they finally said, hey, you know, it's a lot more convenient, easier. Unless they don't have a saw to cut it up, then what are you going to do? But there's at least half of them left in here. Listen. Yeah, there's at least half in here. It's a fucking big roll. Yeah, there's at least half here. I'll send you this. Don't worry, I already have your address. You don't need to give me your address. You know what these would be good for, Java? Like, oh, your boom boxes? You could, I think you could easily fit 4 boom boxes in one bag. Possibly 5. You know, some things may be big in size, but there's a lot of empty space in between things. Take a hammer, smash it all up. And now, yeah, you could probably smash up 5 boom boxes, get it in one bag. All your Hot Wheels cars you're so proud of hanging on the wall, you said you got 1,000. You know, I don't know if you could fit all 1,000 in one bag. Maybe you could. If not, there's plenty of bags there, use a second bag. All your DVDs and CDs and 8 tracks, probably fit that in one bag, right? Still got VHS tapes, you know, all the obsolete shit you have that, you know, went out in the 80s and 70s even, that you've been hoarding all these years, that you were never able to sell. But even though you couldn't sell the ones you had, you kept accumulating more. You're not a very good businessman, are you? You know? But hoarders, usually, their mission in life is to accumulate things and not part with anything. I bet if somebody went there and even offered you money for shit, you wouldn't take it. Oh, no, this means too much to me. This is a very special boombox. This was made, you know, for some famous breakdancer in New York that never picked it up. whatever, with you, any fucking story is possible. You have G.I. Joes, comic books, Barbies, Stretch Armstrongs. Remember those Stretch Armstrongs? That thing he stretched his arms and shit. If I recall, I think they took those off the market, didn't they? Because that gel, that material inside, they made it stretch and then contract back. Kids were chewing through them. They could able to chew through it. And that shit inside, it was toxic. It was swallowing, getting poisoned. Those you want to get rid of. You don't even want to take those with you to wherever you're going to be moving to. So kids could get their hands on it. Chew through it, get poisoned. Like the last thing you need now is another fucking lawsuit, getting sued for wrongful death with the lawsuits you have on you already, right? Between a mortgage company and a credit card and all this other shit. So it's the last thing you need. Another lawsuit, being sued again. I would suggest if you have any Stretch Armstrongs, take them out in the woods. I know you said you have what, 0.37 acres, right? 0.37 acres. So that means you're like you got all this massive amount of land. So it should be far enough away from neighbors and other people, right? Take them out in the fucking woods and burn it. You know, this way the toxic fumes won't poison any of your neighbors, and then you get another fucking lawsuit on you. And make sure when you set it on fire, you run fast enough away from it. Will you run? Waddle away. Do whatever you can to get the fuck away from it as fast as you can. Or as slow as you can, I should say. So you don't poison yourself. You know, and become a victim of your own stupidity. You know, you want to dispose of those in a very safe way, so no one gets injured or killed. Your clothes, when you do your laundry, instead of having to keep them in your car, you can put your clean clothes in those bags. Around your yard, you can even fit tires in there. Or your old dry rotted tires and shit, cut them all up in pieces. You can easily fit a tire in a bag. Rims, you can fit 2 rims in a bag. Or your hibachi grills, you can fit 3 hibachis in a bag. A lot of shit you can store in there, you know? Or your priceless items in your yard that you say is not junk. It's not trash. It's not squalor. Okay? So I'm willing to do that for you. Well, I'm going 20 minutes here. You know what I'm going to do Friday, too? Friday, I don't think I'll have a whole lot to cover for a Happy Friday Weekend Review Roundup. I think I covered a lot. What I didn't cover, someone actually covered a lot more than I ever could. You know? Someone in one video covered more than I ever could have covered. Put out all the official legal court documents, docket numbers, everything that cannot be denied. You know, like you said, it's kind of funny. The only thing Jabba could talk about how he was pissed off because you said he lives in squalor. But he didn't mention this guy at all. So, take a look at, unboxing the tail of the tape. We'll take a look at how much time I spent on here this week. Take a look at how much time you spent. So once again, you like to accuse me of spending a lot of time on here. Once again, we'll get to that. I already did before, I think, last week. I gave the numbers, You go like 18, 19, 20 hours. I was at like an hour and a half. Anyway, let's do that again this week. Let's see how good your math is, Jabba, okay? Maybe there's some part of your brain that functions that you are able to at least count a little bit. Because your brain don't seem to work too good in every other fucking area. Anyway, listen, everybody, have a great night tonight. Have a great day tomorrow. Have fun and stay safe. And I'll see you Friday morning.